The Great Passion Play in Eureka Springs, Arkansas is one of the most sought-after outdoor productions in the United States. Since opening in July of 1968, more than 8 million people have enjoyed the beautiful portrayal of the greatest story ever told.
So the Great Passion Play has been performed in Eureka Springs, Arkansas since 1968. A lot of people know about our huge Christ of the Ozarks statue. It's this gargantuan statue of Jesus Christ with his arms spread out open wide. That's been free to see since 1966, and we are a nonprofit organization, so we do accept donations of all types as we, enter onto the property or in your time here if you felt compelled or led to give. But the Great Passion Play tells the story of Jesus, and we want him to be lifted up. In John 12:32 it says, "And I, if I be lifted up from the earth, will draw all men unto me." And that's what it says right at the bottom of the inscription of the Christ of the Ozarks. And it's a symbol of hope that we do have love, we do have life, and we have a lot of things on the property that we've developed over the years. So it's not just the play. The play is 1 hour and 45 minutes. It takes place pretty much every Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday from Memorial Day weekend through the end of October. And then we have Good Friday and Saturday performances that happen in the springtime, and then we even have some special performances like during the solar eclipse that we'll be having the Passion Play during that time since there'll be so many people who are coming. And we want to showcase the life of Jesus. So the Passion Play is an evening experience. It takes place at 8:30 at night, and so for those people who like to go to bed really early, maybe you should see the 7:30 shows. So after August 15th, all of our shows start at 7:30. But there's a ton of stuff to do here during the day. And so you have our Bible Museum, that's the first building on your left, and rare Bibles. I mean, we're talking like not just some rare old Bibles, we're talking about some of the rarest Bibles in the entire world. We have a page from the Gutenberg Bible. This is the first printed Bible. We have a page of that, The Reason for Western Civilization, the printing press. We have a page of that in Eureka Springs, Arkansas, at our Bible Museum. We have every major English translation of the Bible, and including over 600 languages. And then one of people's favorite experiences is the Holy Land Tour. The Holy Land Tour takes place on every day that the Passion Play is performed. From 11 or noon is when it starts, and then tours are every 2 hours, and then every 45 minutes. And then so you have 5 to 6 chances each performance day to see the Holy Land Tour. And it's a lot like being at an amusement park, but back in Bible days without the rides. And so when you read in the Bible, you're like, oh, this is what the tabernacle in the wilderness looks like. Well, we have a full-scale replica of the tabernacle in the wilderness that you can see, like, oh, this is what it looked like. These are the colors. Now, it's not made out of the same materials, like silver and gold. Super expensive, and if we had that, we wouldn't have any debt at all as a nonprofit. All that we do here on the Passion Play is pointed to that, uplifting the story of Christ, as well as reaching people right where they are. One of my favorite experiences that we have here is at our cross and prayer garden area. And so it's just at the foot of the Christ of the Ozarks. We built this cross. It just stands upright. It's very simple. The lighting is pretty unique. And if you stand in one certain place because of the design, if you're right in front of the cross, only you will be able to hear the echo from the stucco work. And it's an amazing experience that you just have to see you have to be there. It's not something that you can just, phone it in or just see it on video. You need to be there. You need to be here in Eureka Springs. And we also have a prayer request area. And every year that we've offered this, since about 2018 is when we started this. And in 2020, at the height of the pandemic, we said, hey, a lot of people are really concerned about this. And maybe knowing that somebody can write down a little prayer request and know that somebody is praying for that would give some people some peace and solace in spite of a very difficult time for the world and for us as people. Since 1968, over 8 million people have seen it. So we get all of these stories about just wondrous things that have happened. One of my favorite stories is there's this small church in Mountain View, Arkansas. The family had a lot of Japanese heritage, and so the grandmother had traveled from mainland, from Japan to the United States, and didn't speak a word of English. And so her grandson was there, and he had a Google translator on his phone, and he was explaining to his grandmother what the gospel was about, what Jesus' story was about. And it's amazing because the gospel text in Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, they've been translated into hundreds of thousands of languages. It's super accessible, but some people still haven't heard this story. And so this Japanese schoolboy is sitting there with his grandmother, translating the Passion Play on a Google Translator on his phone so that she knows what's happening. And she says, "This is such an incredible story. I've never heard this before." And so when we pair the ability to do outdoor drama in this modern day with the power of a smartphone, it's truly powerful when you pair those two aspects together. And it's wonderful that a story that she had never heard before, now because of her grandson using his phone, that she can experience what Jesus' story is all about, which is truly a miracle.